of course, the people who have lost their loved ones, I would like to remind everybody to continue to pray for them, because although it goes out of the media's sight, you know, after a certain period of time, this is their life from here forward.
And very quickly, could you just remind us how Farah was saved that night?
Well, the man that she was with at the movies, Mike White, was the first to help her get her innards back into her body. He was shot, and then his father laid on top of her while watching the gunman come toward them reloading.
He took his shirt off.
Yes, took his shirt off and put it on Farah's wound to try to keep her parts inside of her. Then the first officer to reach her.
I'm not going to say his last name. His name is Gary. He had his, sorry to interrupt. He has his face mask on when he walked in. Gas mask, I'm sorry. He has his gas mask on when he walked in the theater, and he drew his gun on the person, and he was leaning over my daughter. And he told him to put his hands up. He told him, I can't, her intestines in my hand. So that's when Officer Gary realized the severity of her injuries, and he put his gun back in the holster, and he asked Mike to leave the theater for safety, and he took over from there. Another officer named Don came in, and they realized that the severity of the injury again, and they pulled out between the seats to the aisles, and they brought a board, and they put her on the board and put her outside, and the medic, one of the paramedics, took a look at her, and he said, I cannot work on her. And several officers, they took her in and put in a cruiser, and they became the ambulance. And plus another officer named Chris, he sat with her the whole time, and he holding her sight from falling out, basically. And she remembered him, and you have to see the sight when he first came in to visit her. They hugged and they cried. When you walked in the room, all she did is she looked at him, and she just opened her arms for him.
Yes, because she was conscious.
She was conscious the entire time, and every officer worked worked on her, and she recognized them all, and they become like her dads. Some of them come here with their families and their kids, and they're adopting her. So I'll have to compete with another 25 different officers being a father.
Bodyguards for life.
I have to watch what I have to say to her now. I tell you, it's an amazing story. And those officers, I'll be honest with you, they came in here high on life, like there's no other thing, like the biggest drug in the world. Their morale was extremely high. I mean, just what they did, and they realized it saved that little girl's life. It just gave them another look at life. I mean, they made their job really worth it. Waking up in the morning and go out there and really protect and serve. And they really stood up for that. Protect and serve. They really served us. I mean, they brought her to life. If it wasn't for them, like I said earlier, she would not be around.
Surgeons here.
They're quick thinking. They didn't even wait for it. They just took the initiative on their own, and they just brought her in. For that, I think it was about 30 different police cruisers that they had to be sanitized. That's how many people were transported by the officers.
Any other
Thank you
questions?
very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you all.